Alright, bro. Today, I was crying, not literally crying, but I was depressing myself. I was moaning, I'm not passionate about what I do. I was crying, bro. I was like, I'm not passionate about what I do. I wanna be traveling the world, and I wanna be an influencer, and I wanna be filming content and whatever, whatever. But, bro, let me tell you something. Because I'm here in my grandma's house, and I just, had dinner with her. I listened to her, how old people love to interact with young people, basically. And I listened to her talk for about 2 hours, bro. She was telling me about her childhood. She was telling me about her life, basically. She was telling me stories of her life, bro. And let me fucking tell you something, alright? Because I'm from Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a country in the Balkans in Europe. And bro, let me fucking tell you something. Like, you can't imagine how privileged we fucking are. You can't imagine, alright? This is Bulgaria, bro. Imagine this is Bulgaria. Here is Sofia, the capital. And here is a big mountain. Here was my grandma's village. This fucking dot, bro. This was my grandma's village. You can't imagine how fucking privileged we are to have everything we have, to live the life we live. Like, go talk to your grandparents, brother. Please go and talk to your grandparents. Your grandparents' life was all about survival. Like, it was all about survival, bro. There was no, am I passionate about this? Am I passionate about that? My grandmother, for example, bro, like, she was she studied for a doctor or something like that. She studied for a med sister. Her passion was, I don't know, being like writing books and being a writer and stuff like that. But she went and studied medicine instead. 8 fucking years or 6 fucking years studying medicine with 2 kids. you know, basically she got pregnant before she could even be. She got pregnant before she even got accepted in university, bro. Like, let me tell you some stories from my grandparents, bro. Some stories from my grandparents, so you can get into, so you can have some perspective and understand what I'm talking about. My grandmother, bro, like my grandma, her grandparents were from this, her parents were from this little village I just told you about. Her parents were from this little village I just told you about, bro. They were so poor, bro. Her father, her father built their own house, bro. Her father built their own house. You know, they had no, there was no such thing as shower, bro. There was no such thing as a fucking sink or water. No, this was their house, and they had a big ass yard. And on the other side of the yard, bro, there was a well, basically. That was the well. Fucking 25 meters deep, by the way. Her father, with some men from the village, built that well with water. You know? Her father built that well, bro. Imagine how you, with a fucking shovels, you go at the end of your yard. First, you figure out where there is water. Second, you go and dig up with shovels 25 meters hole till you get to the water. And then you put bricks all around it so it can be a fucking well. Imagine how you do that, bro. Imagine how you do that. You know, just fucking things like that, bro. Once there was a dead cat here in the well, like a cat fell and it got drowned here in the well. So her father, my grandmother's father, went down the well without a rope, without fucking anything. He was just like this, getting down the well, bro. He got the dead cat and then he climbed up the well 25 meters deep. Like, for reference, 25 meters deep. Let's see. How many floors is there in a 25M building? Let's see. Like 3 floors, bro. 7 to 8 floors. Imagine that, bro. So a 7, 8 floor building he he climbed down and he climbed up because there was a fucking dead cat in the water which poisoned the water, you know. And this was the water, by the way. This was the water they were drinking. This was the water uh, they were watering their garden with, their whole garden, where the food came from. You know, there's no such thing as shops, bro. No, you got a pig, and you feed the pig for a couple of years, and then you kill the pig. You get a new one, and with the old one, you eat it for a month or something like that. Like you eat it for some time, like you eat it for 1 or 2 weeks, and then you put the rest into jars for the winter, and then you get the fat, and with the fat you cook with the fat, and you make a fucking shampoo with the fat. Yeah, you make it yourself, you know. Or you got goats. For example, my grandmother, she had 2 sisters. She and her 2 sisters, when they were fucking 4 years old, 6 years old, 8 years old, they went and basically they went to the things outside of the village, to the things outside of the village with the grass, where there is grass. They went with the goats there, bro, and they looked after the whole village's goats. You know, they basically, let me check the word. They basically grazing. Let's see what grazing. Pasha. Yeah, they were pasture. Yeah, they pastured the whole village's goats. You know, they fucking did that. My grandmother and her 2 sisters. Like, imagine a fucking horde of goats, bro. Imagine a horde of goats. Bah, bah, bah. A horde of goats. They looked after that. Like, just shit like this, bro. Her father, he was a fucking builder. He was an electrician. He was a stone maker. He did everything, bro. Do you understand? Like, all their life was about survival. In the winter, bro, there was no till here. In some fucking village here in Bulgaria. There was 1 meter, meter and a half snow. They had to dig tunnels through the snow. Their mother, like my grandmother's mother, she got up every morning in the winter and she dug a tunnel out of the house so they can leave the house, you know, and go to school, for example. Like, just stupid shit like that. Bro. My father's, so this is my father's mother, basically. This is my father's mother, grandma, and here is my, you know, father, and then here is me. So this was my father's grandma. Then my father's, so my grandpa, actually, my grandpa, which, you know, my father's father, basically, bro, he came from a fucking, he was Armenian by nationality, bro. So imagine, right? This is the Black Sea here. This is the big Black Sea. Wait a minute. This is the big Black Sea, bro. And here in the Black Sea, like, this is Black Sea. See, here is a fucking Turkey, right? Here is Turkey. That is Turkey, bro. And here is fucking Armenia. This is Armenia. It's actually smaller on the map, but whatever. This is Armenia, bro. So he came from here, but because there was some fucking war, like, the Turkish people attacked here, and they basically started running away through Turkey, bro. And there was a genocide. There was a couple million Armenians got killed. There was a genocide. So my father's parents, when he was a little child, they escaped from Armenia. They came through here, bam, 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 and they came in Bulgaria, bro. And they, like, settled themselves in a small village here in South Bulgaria. Basically, it's more like here, you know. It's more like here, in a small village here in South Bulgaria, bro. And they lived there for a while. My father's father, so yeah, my father's so my grandpa, technically. No, not my grandpa. My grandpa. So his father, bro. His father, my grandpa. His father, bro, like, opened a little a little shop here. He opened a little like candy shop, like you know, how is it called in English? Pastry shop. Yeah, he opened a little pastry shop with like a Turkish and Armenian desserts here in this little village in South Bulgaria, bro. And then they emigrated from here. They went to another city. Uh, they went to another city called Plovdiv, bro. They lived there for a while, and then they got here in the capital in Sofia. And cause my grandma, she came here to Sofia to study in university for medicine. Basically, that's how my grandma and grandpa met, you know. So they came here in Sofia, bro, and like my father, no, my grandfather, he was a he was like a doctor basically, and cause he was a doctor, bro. Bear with me, bro. Like I have a reason to be telling you all of this. Basically, the whole point is, do you understand how much has happened for you to be alive? Do you understand how much suffering there has been in the world and how much labor and hard work and fucking sacrifices people have made so you can be alive? And you're here sitting and bitching, and I was like, I got up and at, I don't know, 10 o'clock this morning, and I was like, I'm not passionate about sales. I want to be a vlogger, bro. I want to travel and film myself, and I want to be paid because I make cool videos, bro. Like, need to fucking yeah, whatever. Yeah, need to punish myself with some push-ups, you know. So my grandpa, cause he was a doctor, bro. You know, he was a doctor. He was a doctor, and by the time they were of age, basically by the time they were like 20, 30 years old, my grandpa, like my grandpa and my grandma, by the time they were fucking 30 years old, it was already like 1960, and it was communism here in Bulgaria, you know. Because it was called communism here in Bulgaria, basically they did whatever the fuck they wanted, and you just had to obey, because otherwise you go to concentration camps and you fucking die miserably, you know. So my grandpa, because he was a doctor and he was a good doctor, he was sent. All right, imagine this is like Turkey here, this is Greece, whatever. Somewhere around here, you know, here is the Mediterranean. So somewhere around here, bro, is fucking Africa. You know, imagine this is Africa, brother. So he got sent to some fucking country around probably here, let's say. He got sent to Libya, and he was a doctor there for a couple of years. So he went to fucking Libya, bro, in the desert. Do you know how Libya looks? Let's see. Libya 1960s, bro. He was working in this fucking city, Sabha. Sabha in the 1960s. Let's see. Let's say he was working, no, this from 2025, come on. Ditropoli was the capital. But bro, you got my point. He was working in Sabha. Fucking some Arabian country, I don't know. Here in Bulgaria we are a bit racist, but doesn't matter, bro. He was in the fucking desert, a doctor in the desert. It gets like 50 degrees out there in the summer, you know. He was fucking working here as a doctor for a couple of years. And once my grandmother went to visit him, and there were some, you know, Libyan men, Arabic men, or whatever they are, like Arabic men trying to rape her and whatever. And like my father and his sister, because there were two children, you know, my father and his sister, bro, they were playing in the sand, and there was like all these scorpions who were fucking poisonous, you know, shit like that, bro. Can you imagine how much there has happened because of you? Just go and speak to your grandparents if they're alive. God bless them for a bit. Like, let them speak for 1 hour, bro. Because let's go to my mother's side, bro. Okay, basically on my mother's side, let's say my mother is here, bro. My mother is here, for there to be me, you know. And on my mother's side, so my grandpa from my mother's side, he was here in the capital, you know, basically. He was here in Sofia. He was like in a little village. There is a mountain here, and right by the mountain, There is like Dragalev, it's called. It was a village back then. Now it's a part of the city. It's part of Sofia now. It's basically a hood, but like a nice hood. But then back then it was a fucking village, bro, in the skirts of the mountain, you know. So my grandpa, bro, you see, he was he had like 6 or 7 brothers and sisters, you know. He was in a big family, bro. They're fucking poor as well. My grandpa with his brother at 16 years old, so bro, my grandpa was 16, his brother was 18 maybe. They got together and they built a fucking house for for my family. They built a fucking house for his sisters, for his mothers, whatever, because their father died in the war, basically, bro. Their father died in the Second World War, or their father died, I don't know, the communists murdered him, one of the two. So they built a fucking house. Imagine, bro, a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old building a fucking house. It's like me and some friend from school building a fucking house, bro, you know, getting on the fucking... and back then, it wasn't like building a house. It wasn't like you go to the shop, bro. You go to the mall and you buy like construction materials. No. You go up the mountain, you get fucking rocks. You with or you mine them from the mountains, bro. You somehow get them to your house. You sculpt them like a stone maiden, you know, and you make bricks out of them. That's how you do your house. Or for example, you get dirt and like what is it called? You get dirt and hay, and you basically with some water you smash it together, and you form it in rectangular shapes, and you do bricks out of it, and you let the bricks you let the bricks basically stand by the sun so they can dry up, you know. That's how you build a house, bro. Fucking insane. Again, no water, electrician, bro. There was like maybe one light bulb in the house, you know. Fucking shit like this. My grandpa, again, he was a fucking construction maker. He was a carpenter. He was everything, bro. These people, they had like 5 professions at once, you know, 10 professions at once. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And all of that needed to happen for you to be alive. For you to be alive and breathing, for you to have shower in your home, for you to have fridge full of food right now and be like, Mom, I don't want to eat your fucking the things you're cooking to me. I want to go out and eat pizza, Mom. Come on, can we get pizza? I want to go out and get a steak, Mom. I don't want to eat this fucking soup. It's boring. I ate the soup yesterday, Mom. I don't want to eat the soup again today. No, bro. Fucking insane. You have electricity. You are safe, bro. You have electricity. You have running water in your house. You can go and take a shower 3 times a day if you want. Nothing happens. You're still stinky, motherfucker. Like, back then, for them to shower, you had to go to the well, bro. You know, you had to go to the fucking well. This is the well. You had to go to the fucking well, get water from the well, then walk to the house, bro. Light the fucking... light the fucking stove with wood that you previously got from the forest, that you cut down some trees from the forest, got them from the forest, boom, 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 chop them down, they dry up, so you can fire up your stove, and on the stove you can get the water from the well to boil up and to get hot, and then you get the shampoo, the fucking soap you made from the pig you had last year, from its fat. You get that soap, bro, yeah. And then you get in a fucking handmade like bath that you made from some fucking metal, or you made from some wood. You get into that, bro, and you have a shower like once a month or something like that. It's like this crazy thing, you know. The mother goes and the mother first basically baths the children, then bats her husband, and then she bats herself, bro. That's how they did it. Insane. Insane, man. All of this needed for happen for you to be alive. Do you understand what a privilege it is? Our life no longer to be only about survival. I'm not sure you understand what a privilege this is. It's no longer just about survival for us, motherfucker. Like, we can create, we have the ability to decide what our profession is gonna be, what we're gonna be passionate about. Do you think my fucking grandfather, he was passionate about building houses, bro? Oh yeah, by the way, this grandpa, my mother's father, bro, he went to the same fucking country, Libya, and then he went to one more country like Sudan. It was cold here in Africa again. Fucking desert, middle of nowhere, 50 degrees. He was working as a construction worker there for like, I don't know, 3-5 years, something like that. You know how he got from Bulgaria, how he got from Bulgaria to these fucking African or Middle Eastern countries. Like He traveled with fucking truck drivers, bro. Because he had some friends, truck drivers. That's how he traveled. No, there's no plane. There is no car. Plane? Car? What do you mean? Like, planes and cars there for the military. You're a civilian. They traveled with fucking truck drivers, bro. Imagine traveling on the front seat with a truck driver for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, till you get to this fucking country. And you live in some trailers and you work in the heat, 50 degrees every day. Your parents and your your parents maybe not, but your grandparents and your grandparents' life was all about survival. And all the people before that, it was all about survival, bro. Survive. Like, don't freeze in the winter, don't die, don't get murdered, basically. Don't freeze in the winter, don't starve to death. It was all about survival. These were the main things that led people and that led their choices, bro. Passion. What the fuck? So now we can have this safe environment for us to grow and for us to develop interests, for us to develop hobbies, for us to have the ability to choose what we want to do with our lives. Because of these people, bro. Because of them. Because of their labor. Because of their suffering. And what do we do instead? Yeah. Did you watch the new Suits fucking season, bro? Yeah, Suits, such a great show. Oh, I love Harvey Specter. Oh, yeah, man. Did you watch the new Peaky Blinders movie? Oh, I watched it, but honestly, it was shit. The series were so much better. Yeah. Yeah, bro, the series were so much better. Yeah, that TV show, fucking bro, Bulgarian Love Island. Did you watch that? So many whores on it, bro, these fucking whores. For what, bro? For us to scroll on TikTok all day and vape? For us to consume all day and create nothing? For us to be lazy pieces of shit? I don't want this to be a second Alex Jones speech, bro. But come on. Are you for real? Honestly, you have the internet. You have internet, bro, and you have technology. You have the ability to basically connect and speak with the whole world. You have the ability to put yourself out there and become something. You know how much higher chances you got of succeeding than your grandfather had? It was impossible back then compared to now. Now what? You gotta sit down and be consistent at something for a year or two, and you can be a millionaire? How does that happen? Yeah, it happens because of this. Because of fucking Google, bro. Because of fucking Instagram. Because of the internet. Because of this app. Because of social media. You can do that because of technology. You have the ability to do that. And yeah, there's a lot of scammers out there. And yeah, it's not that easy to make money online, whatever. But comparing it to this, it's a kid's game. You can do it in your sleep, bro. Come on. You can do it in your sleep, and yet you allow fear and you allow these mind blocks to run you, to control you. You allow your fucking childhood trauma to be in control of you and not let you succeed. Go to ChatGPT, bro. Let me show you what I'm doing. Go to ChatGPT, bro, and talk with it. I have this fucking feeling and this fucking feeling, and I have this fucking mental block in my mind. Why do you think it is? Bam, bam, bam. This is my childhood. This is my background. How is this connected to this? Bam, bam. Okay, discover yourself. I'll get your fucking numerology, bro. You wanna know what I do? I go here. Have like cause I'm born on the 11th of July. I go here, bro, and I just, this shit is actually real, by the way. I go here and I fucking ask it some things. Bro. Okay, bro. What would you advise me to do content-wise? Alright. Post this and this type of content and this type of content because this will resonate with you. Okay, this is what the 11 means. This is what the 7 means. It is this and this. You know? Let's fucking go up, where it's not content, but it's more real shit. Let's see. Again, content. Come on. Challenge, like, fucking, yeah, core formula. Bam. 11, transfer, like, understand yourself, like, bro. Develop your mental health. Develop your physical health. Be strong. Be active. Be young. Be a fucking killer, you know? Develop your mind. Learn every day. Connect with people. Learn from people. Be with people who are better than you. Be with people who are more ahead of you. You know how many, like, every time I go out and I network with these guys, bro, I'm fucking mind blown because they're my age. And they're so far in this shit. They're so ahead of this shit. Somebody's fucking 17 years old. I know guys who are 17 years old and they're on path to be millionaires in 1-2 years time. No, they're not geniuses. They just focused on something, actually concentrated on something and sticked with it. Despite that it's hard, despite that 99% of the people who start with it won't make money with it. They just stick to something. I think I'm a genius. You know, just got back from Istanbul, bro. My sister had a birthday and I basically let her there for her birthday, you know, paid the whole trip. Everything, paid for everything in the trip, got her presents. She had a great time. She loved it. It was a very nice, eye-opening cultural experience for her. You know, it's great when we young people travel because basically it's a progress and it's a eye-opening at 10 times faster than if you're just sitting in your city here. And I paid for it. Why? Because I fucking get commissions when a deal I set on the phone gets closed. You know, why does that happen? Because for a year I stick to something. It's not a fucking genius skill. Appointment setting, high ticket sales, you know, it's not a genius skill, no. It's like fairly simple. I didn't make money with it. I sucked at it for a long time. I didn't make money with it for almost a year, bro. Imagine every day you sitting, working at something, putting your time and energy into something. Like, all of the people around you doubting you. And you don't get any fucking results. I was making like $100 a month, bro, from this shit. Imagine locked in for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day at your screen, typing messages, working in somebody's business, and making like $50 a week from it. If I went to a normal job, I would have gotten 10 times more than that. I would have made 10 times more than that. But no, I chose to stick to it. Why? Well, now I'm basically collecting the fruits of my labor, bro. Now I have leverage. Now I have experience in something. Now I can leverage that experience. Now I can leverage that skill set into something else. Why? Because I stick to it. Now because of this thing, I'm making connections, you know. It's not that hard, bro. It's simple. No, it's actually, it's not like complicated. It's simple, but it's hard. It is hard. It's the hardest thing in the world, bro. It is hard. It is hard to be different than everyone else around you. It is hard to concentrate on something where everything around you is trying to distract you. It is hard to create in a world of consumption. You know, it is hard. It is hard to figure out everything on your own. It is hard to not have a father figure. It is hard to not be fed with a silver spoon and whatever. Yeah, it is hard. But compared to this, compared to your ancestors, bro, and I'm not talking somebody 1,000 years ago. No, talking about 1 generation ago, 2 generations ago. That has like 100 years ago, 50 years ago. I'm talking about people who lived 50, 100 years ago, who some of them are still alive. You're telling me that is easier than what we have now? You're telling me our heart is harder than their heart? They suffered their whole life so they can build a foundation for us, bro. Because only when you get out of survival mode, only then you can actually build something meaningful. You can actually make meaningful progress. If you're acting out of survival mode, bro, how does generational wealth happen, you know? You're acting out of scarcity. They acted out of scarcity. My grandpa, bro, like, he worked a whole day for, I don't know, $2. He worked, imagine, bro, a whole day's work. Construction, you're building somebody's house for $2 a day. And yeah, the currency was different back then, blah, blah, blah. But, bro, this was their situation. They were desperate. There was no work to do, bro. They were more than happy to work. There was nothing to work. There was no way to get money. Do you understand? Nobody had money. There was no way to get money. There was nothing to work. And now there are all the opportunities in the world. Click of your fingers, because you have this. Click of your fingers, bro. You have this, all the opportunities in the world. And you're just lazy to do it. Oh yeah, bro, but it's hard when you start something new and you do it on your own and you don't know how to do it, and I'm afraid I'll fail, bro. I'm afraid I'll fail. I wanna gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. Come on. Like, man up, honestly. Sit down, decide what you want, go after it. Bam, that's it. You have all the information you need, all the resources you need. Everything, bro, is in the... It's one hand away. You're one hand away from everything you got. I made a video some time ago, like, basically everything you want, bro, is way closer than you think. Just have to go after it. Have to find your boss, get them, grab them, lead the way, go after it. Go after it, man. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, you'll probably fail. Yeah, you'll probably suck at it. Man up. This is what men do. For you to be a great man, you basically had to have a great deal of losing, bro. For you to be a winner, you've lost and you've sucked at things way more than losers, bro. You know why? Because losers, losers don't take chances, bro. They don't take risks. They go after the safe thing, you know. They go after the thing that there's no way to fail, you know. Basically, if this is a fucking winner here. This is a fucking winner, bro. With big hands, with muscles. This is a winner. Because there's only really two characters. There's a winner, bro. And there is a fucking loser. Fucking skinny arms. And a sad face. Only two types of people, bro, in the world. Winners and losers. Difference is, winners, they've sucked their whole lives, bro. They've sucked. Like, winners have sucked so much at things. They've failed so much of things, bro. Heartbroken, betrayed, sucked things, bad things, mistakes, so many mistakes, bro. Oh my god, how many mistakes you're gonna make. You can't even imagine. But this is the only way. This is the only way. You can't be hesitant. You can't be afraid. Like, you can be afraid and you will always be afraid. But you can't give in to it, bro. These are the fundamentals of life. It's not about the business model. It's not about if the girl is a 5 or an 8. It's not about the vehicle. It's not about if you have a mentor or not. It's about your character. Everything is about your character. And ancient people, they understood that, bro. Warriors, knights, fucking samurais. They understood that. Monks. They understood that it is all about your character, man. It's all about your character. Who you are as a man. This comes before everything. This comes before the business model. This comes before the timing. This comes before the opportunity. This comes before the knowledge, the skills, the connections. This comes before everything. It's about your character, who you are as a man. You know, because in the end of the day, only two archetypes in life: losers and winners. This is the name of the game. Decide who you're gonna be. That's why knights, they live by a code. You know, they live by a code. Samurais, they live by a code, bro. They have their fucking 10 pillars of things they do not break. 1, 2, 3, fucking 4, 5. Bam, 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 bam. Things they do not break, bro, you know. Be strong. Be vulnerable. Be courageous. I don't know how it's fucking spelled. Like, you know, really get into the meaning of these words. What does being courageous means? Can you be courageous if you're not afraid? No. So it's not about not being afraid. It's not about not giving in to the fear. It's about acting despite the fear. It's about having the fear and acting anyway. Be courageous, bro. Be strong. Physically and mentally. Not for yourself, but for the people around you, for your closed ones. Have all the knowledge of the work at your grasp, bro. Yeah, of course, there are, you know, a lot of things that they don't tell us, and there's a lot of, you know, hidden things and hidden knowledges that they don't tell us, and blah, 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 and, you know, they don't tell us about magic, and they don't tell us about esoterics, and they don't tell us about the real laws of the universe, and they don't tell us about all the inventions out there. They don't tell us the real history. Yeah. But you got more than enough. You got more than you need, bro. At the click of your fingers. One keyboard away, bro. You got everything you need to get to the highest echelons of society. And I really mean that. And I mean it because only a few out of all of us are gonna make it. But does that mean the pursuit is not worth it? Does that mean that the pursuit of greatness is not worth it? Everybody wants to be great. Only a few do. A fair chunk of people, bro, want it with all their heart. And chase greatness their whole lives, and they still don't get it. Does this mean that their lives are wasted? Does this mean that it's better to just sit and do nothing and be complacent and be happy with what you got? Not make progress, just sit. I'm gonna tell you why you can't just sit, bro. Life is energy. Energy is always moving. If you're still, you're dead. If you're stagnant, you're dead, bro. Stagnation means death. Sorry to break it to you. Alive means motion, bro. This is everything we go for. Fucking motion, bro. Motion. This is the goal of life, fucking motion. Hope that inspired you, brother. Hope that made sense to you. It inspires me a great deal, you know. I'm very passionate about these things, actually. I'm not making these videos for views or for money or whatever. Of course, like, I want to have a personal brand. I want to be influential. I am a good leader, yes. But I'm making these videos because I'm truly passionate about this. I'm making these videos because it's practice for me. But if one person gets this message, it's amazing. It's a great feeling, bro. You know, I've met guys, you know, and the sole reason I've made them is because of these YouTube videos here that get like an average of 2 to 5 views per video. One of these views is some guy that I connect with. We end up being friends. We build something together. It's worth it, bro. It's worth it. So hope this resonates with you. It resonates with me a great much. Really, life is all for the taking, bro. It's not about being nonchalant. It's not about not caring. It's about caring for the right stuff. It's about isolating yourself from all the distractions without becoming an incel, because then you just limit yourself, you know. It's about eliminating as much distractions as you can without eliminating you as a person and as a character in this game of life, basically. Because what other option you got, bro? Work a job. With all the opportunities you got out there, bro. People like me and you making 10, 20, 30k a month. You're here, I want to be a millionaire. Yeah, you want to be a millionaire, bro. But if you make 5k a month right now, it would be a 3x from your current life. If you make 20k a month right now, it would be a 10x from your current life, bro. Do you understand that? You take care of your mother, you'll get a car after a couple of months, you'll get a house after a year or two, blah, 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 blah. Understand how much opportunities are out there? I have people calling me every day being like, yeah, bro, let's start this business. I got this idea and this idea and this idea. I can do this, I can do that, you can do this. Let's fucking do it, let's go. Energy, movement, motion. Motion, motherfucker, it's all about motion. You know? That's the game of life. That's the name of the game. Motion, man. Fucking have motion. Let's get it.